Okay, it's morning. I don't know. It might be evening when I put this up. I think I got everything done I'm going to do in here. I kind of had to break part of that off. See, don't look the prettiest, but there's no sharp edges. Clean this up a little better. I'm thinking I'm going to have to see, I don't know, some 10 gauge or something to lay in this floor. I'll probably weld a couple bolts to it because you're not going to get underneath it to hold them, to make the mount for the reel. Slotted at one end, the other end's holes. Of course, the way it'll be there, the hard end to get to is going to be the holes. You would think for more possibilities that the guys that made this would have put another set of holes there. Give you that much more. But they didn't. And I already know most of this stuff is harder material, so I'm not going to try to broach any holes in that. I'm going to drill some holes in this. Just got to figure where. The way it was set, it would either come, sorry about not still having it up there to show you, but either so the hose came straight off horizontal, or the next set of holes actually put it, finger in the right place. Hey, there's my hand. Clear down here, pointed this way, and I need it in the middle. You know, they give you a fair choice, but it's just not going to hit the choice for me because where that reel is going to set, the hose is going to, hey, find my hand again. The hose is going to drape a little bit right here, and there'll be a swivel on the end of the hose for the nozzle, and I'll stick a piece of tube in the corner for the tip of the nozzle to go up into. I don't want to point it down because I don't want it dribbling in here. So you point them up with them over the end of them and nothing gets into them. I mean, if you get a spider or something up in there, that he commits suicide. If he climbs down in it, he ends up going through the tank and in a filter, and not much left. There's the carriage bolts that were holding it. I'm assuming they're metric. They might not be. The nuts are those kind of lock nuts that look like they ought to be metric, and of course they put a lock washer with a lock nut, and kind of had to bang that one off. Had to straighten there. Well, I had to get it knocked off. It was kind of pinched on the bolt. It's probably the one bolt that's got some buggered up threads, but that's all right. So anyway, if today works out right, this might be done. Got a little vacuuming to do. It's one nice thing about having, well, there's a DD Walt sitting right there. Nice thing about vacuums, it's a lot better to vacuum this junk up than it is to blow it out with the air hose. You don't breathe near as much of it. Most of that is metal, so yay. Something else I was going to say. Ghost. Yeah, it was a ghost too. Nah, seriously. My dog Granny, she likes to open the door and come in if I don't latch it. But sometimes she's a little timid. She will push it and just not push it hard enough. Well, there's one more dog out there. I don't know where he is. At least the siblings are all in, right? Anyway, sometimes she decides she's not sure about coming in, or maybe Red was on her butt and she didn't. Anyway, I figured I'd catch you up. Staying here where it's warmer, it's 50 or 55 in here. We'll keep it set at 50, otherwise those things up there don't like to come on. At 48 degrees, if you set the thermostat at 48, those won't brighten up. Set it at 50, they come on bright, you can see. Yeah, 30 degrees out. I know some of you got it worse than that. But we just went from a low of 44 or 45 degrees to 30 degrees yesterday, 30 degrees today, and it's not even the cold part of the morning yet. We got another hour and a half before it gets to when it should actually be the low. So Anyway, I'll get you some more. Hopefully it'll be together. Or with the doors half on. Hell, I don't know. I still got to get them on and figure what I need for cylinders for them. And then go jump through the hoops trying to find the right ones that are stout enough to hold it up, yet weak enough you can shut them. We've done that before. The 3545 Massey has two, they're rated at 120 pound, I believe, cylinders for the back window. And I think the one on the door is rated at 150 pounds because the next step's lighter and those sizes wouldn't hold. And trust me, even parked on a hill like it usually is out here in the yard, when you reach up and unlatch the door handle, don't get your face in the way. Be ready to catch it because it'll fling to the end of it and break the cylinder. Oh, anyway, there's what I'm looking for, my coffee. So I'm going to give me another drink of coffee, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye. Well, there it almost is. There's bolts in it, holding it down with 2 layers there and a little warpage on the original bottom. They're sucking it down good. Yeehaw. Actually, this end was down pretty good. It's this other end. There was, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch or so in between those 2 pieces. Not much I can do about it. Suck it down tight. I'm going to weld the bolts in from the bottom because I'm going to get to the bottom later. And if I ever got to take it out, I want to be able to get it out. This door's tacked up. It's just tacked up on the outside. I haven't finished welding it. There's just half or so of what I'm going to put on the outside. Who knows? They may stay like that. Second attempt. I put it on the first time and couldn't open it. I thought I had it up high enough, but I also got a little burr yet in that corner. I think I got most of it out. The nice thing is I can't get in to really grind the corner out, but the tubing on these doors is heavy wall 3/4 tube for the frame. Yes, the doors are heavy. The 2 doors together probably weigh as much as the rest of the box if you took the piece of tubing off the bottom of the box. But anyway, I'm going to leave the door just like that for the moment. I want to get this other side that far along too. But before I do, I got to lay it on its face because I can weld overhead. Do I like to? No. Am I going to? No. I can lay it over here on its face, do it vertical. I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is doing a bunch of overhead welding if I don't have to. You know, vertical. That's how I did it. And that's actually a lot easier to do horizontal. Layer down and do it, but even when I'm doing underneath. But all I'm doing is welding the heads on. And by the way, I don't just put 2 or 3 little tiny tacks on them, because what happens when you do that, guaranteed, somebody will reef too hard on a nut. Or if you go to take it out in 10 years, that nut's decided that it just doesn't want to let go, and you'll break the damn tacks. So I usually weld them solid, or at least do a full weld on 3 different flats on the bolt head. But anyway, that's where we're at now. If I could just work on this, I'd probably have it done in a few hours. But, you know, half a day yesterday feeding cows because we're feeding small bales and this, that, and the other thing. So, and today, I guess I'm by myself. Number 2 must be in the house doing homework. Number 1 and Grandma went down in the valley to pick up some protein tubs and some molasses, so we got something when we mix feed. And my wife's at a doctor's appointment on her day off, so yay. I'll get you some more. Probably make another one of them 25-minute long videos or something. Or do like old Straight Pipe Acres. He threw one up this morning, 41 minutes long. I'm like, really, dude? I like watching you, but I got things to do. So most of the time my phone was sitting here next to me and I was listening to him. At least I didn't put it in my pocket and ignore him, right? Anyway, I'll get some more later. I decided everybody wants to see me weld. I think you can see it from there. We'll see what happens. All right, there it is. Yeah, there's a goober right there. Got to start the arc somewhere. I was hurrying. Don't look near as pretty as all this. And this I didn't weld all at once because I didn't want to warp it any more than it was. And I only did those sections because wasn't a lot of sense in doing the rest. So, all right, more to come. Been another one of those days, everything else going on, but there's my fuel inlet. Doors are on. It's upside down, by the way, just so you know. And hey, it does show up fairly decent. I took what was the fuel inlet on the back of it, where I patched that hole and cut most of the crap off of it and fit. I had another fitting, another 1-inch pipe fitting, but it was a cast fitting, and I started turning it down to fit the hole that we drilled. And cast doesn't always weld the best. I didn't want it to break out. The other one wasn't cast, so. And hey, if you look up at the bottom, there's the bolts to hold that reel in, and the hole for the hose to come through to get to it. I figure that's all the stuff I'm going to do that way for now. Next thing is I got to figure out what I need for struts and get that and get some paint or whatever. Friend of mine on one of the videos gave me an idea. We got some of that Flex Seal stuff rather than undercoating. I think we'll try spraying that in here and see if that works. Just it's white instead of black like the old stuff in here was, and help brighten it up a little. And by the way, the reason that panel looks funny, and the reason there was even a hole in it right there to begin with, was that was the original door on this box. I lied about the size before. It was just twice as deep. I cut it in half, lengthwise up and down, and used the door for a back, and then made a whole new front. And there's those bolts from the other side. So, anyway, I'm calling it a day. Maybe tomorrow I'll get more. We'll see. Hey, guess what? Number one, finally got to work on it. I let her do the carburetor work. She's good at it. She's got the patience. I'm kind of like the old stork with the frog trying to choke it while it's trying to eat the thing. Never give up, but patience my ass. So she's over here. I'm going to see if I can zoom you in on the clean part. Get this thing turned a little bit. Get some light on the subject. What do you think there, boys and girls? That's the clean part. You know, obviously the float's got a bunch of shit on it. And she was looking in, unzoom you so I can see.
It's not bad on this
Yeah.
one.
The air side's clean, imagine that, but she was looking in at the jets I don't know if we can, yeah, we can kind of see in there maybe. Oh, blow you up way big. Yeah, there's some chunkage. Zoom you back out. The dark spots on the paper towel, that's what she's already knocked out without trying. So, and I'm not real sure what this little electric bugger does. Comes in the bottom of the bowl. Goes up inside right there. I'm not sure at all, but you can kind of see the chunkage on it. So anyway, see if she can't get that thing running here in a little bit. I told her make a clean spot so she had a place to work because I got a mess. Oh, while we're here, it's mounted. I need a elbow with a swivel on it for there to toes to, and where it comes out over here, I need an elbow just like it. I just got to get to town to get them because I don't have any. They're 3/4. I got 1/2 inch and 3/8, but no 3/4. And I don't know if I want to rebuild one of the old swivel ends I have. Getting the right O-rings can be a pain in the butt sometimes. There's one right here. Yeah, I know it's put together wrong. This actually goes on the other end. But half the time you get what's supposed to be the right O-ring, and 5 minutes later they're leaking, and that's why that one's laying there. It's been laying there for a couple years. It's been apart 2 or 3 times. And that nozzle used to be on my service truck, on my other one, and seems like it had an issue, so she might be tearing that apart today too. We've found a couple of those that got full of crap over the years, and they don't shut off. Oh, anyway, I may get this one up today. Who knows? It's Tuesday the 26th. Oh yeah, she had to get her hair out of her eyes earlier. Started out with a pencil holding it all, and hey, I could use one of these. So alligator clamps. They're not just for alligators. I gave her a bad time by using a roach clip. Oh well. I got some other ones working on this thing. I'll probably throw this one with it. It's going to be kind of long. I still got to get some struts on the doors. I'm going to make brackets and bolt them in rather than weld them. And I went ahead and used Donovan Volk's idea. I had 5 cans of that, Flex Seal. Part of the inside of this, like the black right there, was already done with regular undercoating before. Some of it bled through, but on the tops and the sides and the back is all 2 coats of Flex Seal over the top of that, so it should not be able to condense very well. Should keep it drier. Okay, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, because it makes the girls laugh. Yeah. She already laughed. You already got that. So anyway, thanks for watching.